Have you ever wondered how life began on Earth? What is biogenesis? Biogenesis refers to the process by which living organisms are produced from other living organisms. The term is most often used in biology to emphasize that life comes from pre-existing life, not from non-living matter, a concept that opposes abiogenesis. There are conditions on Earth that allows living organisms to develop from non-living matter. Biogenesis says that life can only come from other living things, not from non-living matter. It doesn't explain how the first life began, but it shows that new life can't form without existing life. The idea of life starting from non-living matter is explained by abiogenesis, not biogenesis. Biogenesis explains that life comes only from pre-existing life. It means that living organisms cannot originate from non-living matter under natural conditions. However, biogenesis does not explain how the first life began. It only applies once life already exists. The origin of the very first life is explained by abiogenesis, not biogenesis. Biogenesis disproves the theory of spontaneous generation by providing evidence that life only comes from pre-existing life, not from non-living matter. There are experiments that demonstrated that life, even at the microscopic level, did not spontaneously generate but instead originated from other life, supporting the principle of biogenesis. Several key experiments support the idea of biogenesis, which says that life comes from existing life. Francesco Redi in 1668, he showed that maggots only appeared on uncovered meat where flies could lay eggs. This proved that maggots came from flies, not from the meat itself. Lazzaro Spallanzani in 1765, he boiled broth in sealed containers. No microbes grew unless the seal was broken, showing that microorganisms didn't form on their own. Louis Pasteur in 1861, he used special flasks, curved necks that let in air but blocked dust and microbes. The broth stayed free of life unless the flask was disturbed. This showed that microbes come from other microbes, not spontaneously. Biogenesis shows that life only comes from other living things, not from non-living matter. This was clearly demonstrated in Louis Pasteur's experiment. He prepared 2 flasks with broth and boiled them to kill any existing microbes. One flask had a curved neck that let air in but kept out dust and germs. The other flask was either tilted or opened, allowing dust and microbes to enter. In the sealed flask, no life appeared because no microbes could reach the broth. In the open flask, microbes grew because they came from the air. This proved that life didn't form on its own. It came from existing microorganisms, supporting biogenesis and disproving spontaneous generations. Okay, I see. But aren't there ongoing debate or unanswered questions? Biogenesis theory, stating that life comes from existing life, has shaped modern biology, medicine, and synthetic biology by helping understand life's continuity and disease prevention. However, it leaves unanswered how the first life arose, sparking debates around abiogenesis, panspermia, the definition of life, and the possibility of alternative life forms. In conclusion, biogenesis is a key to explaining how life continues, showing that all living things come from other living things. This principle also makes scientists question how the first life began if life cannot come from non-living matter, pushing research toward understanding the possible natural process that led to life's beginning. I think biogenesis theory is interesting because it changed how people understood the origin of life. It disproved the old belief that life could come from non-living things, like flies from spoiled meat. Through experiments by scientists like Louis Pasteur, it showed that life only comes from existing life, using real scientific evidence. This idea became the basis for microbiology and medicine, helping scientists learn how to prevent disease and develop vaccines. It also led to new questions about how the first life began, which are now explored through the theory of abiogenesis. Thank you for watching.